it's time to get ready to measure and put this P-trap in so we can get the concrete work done. Here's what you need to know about these bad boys. First of all, this is a 2-inch solid, what we call a solid weld P-trap, because this 90-degree fitting right here, it's going to get glued into here. But here's one of the advantages of this, is that I can adjust this 90 so that it can help me align this part of the pipe so it comes up through that cardboard template like we showed. So that's really important. You have to get this alignment just right. We're going to talk about that in a minute. So, but for now, I just kind of put it in there loosely. I cut a 12-inch piece of 2-inch pipe in my case because I took a measurement. I knew that this would stick above the template, which is what I wanted to do. So now, remember the template? Okay, it's time to put this over this like this, and then we come down and I align this. And here's what's neat, is that if you remember, I had a mark at this corner. You can see that mark there. You can see down here the 2 marks, but I almost lost the mark here. That's why you want to mark all the 4 corners. And even if you only have 3 corners left, that's going to give you the perfect alignment. So here I am. Here's the pipe. I use a torpedo level to make sure that this pipe is plumb in both this direction and this direction. And then once it is, I'll be able to then get a measurement for that pipe there. So here we are. It's got to come back a little bit this way. And we are looking really good that way. It's good. It's perfect right now. The pipe is exactly where I want it. The P-trap's exactly where I want it. The last step is just to take a measurement between the 2 pipes. Let's do that right now so I can show you exactly how that's done so you get the right measurement. Before you take the measurements between the 2 pipe fittings, tape down the corners of the template so the P-trap fitting does not move. Okay, you can see that the hub on this 90 coming out of the P-trap is almost perfectly aligned with the 45-degree angle here. That's exactly what I want. What I always like to do is I take a measurement from the outside edge of this hub to the outside edge of this hub, and then I add the distance of what the pipe will go into each of the hubs. I'll show you how that's done. So I get that it measures 8 7/8. And now we need to add what the pipe extends into the fittings. I'm a master plumber, been one for 35 years, and here's what's neat about the PVC pipes. The hub, inside measurement is always the same no matter what fitting you're using. And this is, of course, the dimension changes as the pipe size goes bigger, meaning on 4-inch pipe, the pipes stick in about 1 7/8 inches into the fittings. But for 2-inch pipe, it's 3/4 of an inch. And here's how you measure it. The inside of fittings, and I'm going to use this little coupling that we had used to make our hole in our template. You can see on the inside of it, it's got a little rib, and that's a stop so that the pipe, when you glue it in, the pipe stops there. All right, so I just take the tape measure and I slide it into the pipe. I look down and align the edge, the 2 edges of the pipe as I'm looking at it, and I get 3/4 of an inch. It's that simple. So that means we have to have 3/4 of an inch plus 3/4 of an inch plus 8 7/8. And of course that makes what? That makes 10 3/8 inches is how long the piece of pipe has to be. 10 3/8 inches. Okay, this is the piece of 2-inch PVC pipe. I'm going to measure the 10 3/8 of an inch with a pencil. I'm going to use my Sawzall that's got a fine tooth blade on it. You could use a hacksaw. You can also use what makes the best cut is a miter box saw, where you can really hold the pipe in tight and where the blade comes down at a 90-degree angle. I've cut enough of these things with a reciprocating saw that I'm going to get really, really close, and it's going to be just fine. Let me do that right now. Okay, here's the piece of pipe, 10 3/8 inches long, but see that's what it looks like after you cut it with a reciprocating saw. You've got these little burrs, and you got to get those off of there. It's really, really important. If you don't take them off on the inside, those become places where hair and all kinds of gunk will catch, and all of a sudden it'll clog the pipe. And you got to get the ones off the outside so that it gets into the hub of the fitting. You know, you've got to make sure that this goes in all the way, that 3/4 of an inch, remember? Here's how I get rid of those burrs. I just use a razor knife, maybe you use a screwdriver. Just be careful if you're using a sharp razor knife. And you just insert, you know, here, and you don't have to press hard at all, but you just kind of run the razor knife around the edge, and those burrs come right off. It's not hard to do at all. You can see those pop right off of there. Easy. I don't know about you, but I am ready to glue this into the hubs. So we're going to do that in the next video. I'm Tim Carter for AskTheBuilder.com. If you want to discover more home improvement tips, go to AskTheBuilder.com.